sense, so I just gave up with it. I bet there's better software out there, but, you know. Yeah, I suppose it's dying out a bit, back to you.
No, I still hear loads of Moors on every band. Don't think it's dying out. The problem with Moors, you've really got to know. You can. I don't anymore, but at one time I'd go and tune in to Moors somewhere and sit here and start deciphering it, and they tend to send very, very fast, so you're missing more than what you're actually understanding. But of course, what the name, I was sort of playing a game. What the name was you writing down an L or an S, whatever you could pick up, and keep going, and then blink, and then loop back and go, what does that say? Yeah, no. Could that be an A there? Could be. Right. So it was a bit of a game, but yeah, a long, long time ago, them games are gone. I don't bother with that anymore. You can certainly buy programs which will decipher Morse. Do it on the computer for you and print it out over the screen. I suppose it is even printed out on the printer if you've got one. But unfortunately, I haven't got anything like that. I'm over the hill now. Over the hill, halfway down the other side. I don't know what I'm getting involved with stuff like that. Anyway, I think out Sean is in there. Go on, take it, Sean. Go ahead.
3STJ, hi Daz, alright mate. Yeah. My mate says Moors, he never speaks on his radio, just Moors all the time. He's got about £1,000 worth of radio, and that's all he does, Moors. Never talks on it at all. I was up Creeder Club once, and there was a guy in the shack. Oh, mate, alright, yeah, I'm alright. I just started talking to him. He says, alright, so I'm just talking to me. Mate in Japan, he was on Moors like 30 words per minute. Good God. Talking to me and typing as well same time on his key, you know. Let me know. 30 words per minute. 30 words a minute he was doing. Flipping out. To a guy in Japan talking to me same time, Dave over. Never right.
Mike 3 Papa Whiskey Romeo. Yeah, well, I wouldn't do it. I'm a bit like Andy. I know the SOS, and I know K. In fact, I know 2 Ks. One's a female. Enough said. But I wouldn't do it. Yeah, the thing is with you, SDR, Andy, and Morse, the SDR won't filter as well as a radio. And your decoding software is going to be extremely well filtered. The incoming audio is going to be extremely well filtered for your decoder to work it out. That's why you're getting the odd letters and a load of rubbish, because the decoder can't interpret, you'll get squares and dots and dashes and things like that. It's just, dollar signs, and like you say, you might get an S and a T here and there, and not much else. It's all to do with the filtering. Go ahead, Andy.
Mike 7 Yankee Radio Alpha, yeah. I get that it doesn't decipher well because there's a lot of noise as well. Plus, it's cheapy free software because I don't buy anything else. So that doesn't help. The FT8 works well. That really works well. But everything else, it's the hit and miss. I should imagine I'm thinking that if you spent loads and loads of time learning Morse, you'd be sort of sitting there, trying to watch telly when the washer's on in the kitchen, And I wonder if you'd be deciphering the spin cycle back to you.
Mike 3 Papa Whiskey Romeo. Go ahead, Des.
Minding the gap. Spin cycle. God blimey. I was just thinking to sum it up for you, Andy. Yeah, there's some terrific stuff out there, but you've got to have the right equipment, the right filtering. So, put it to you like this, you might be able to understand it like this better. If you know what an Amstrad 901 is, or a Stalker 9, and as I can remember what they are, they're bleed over boxes. So of course you soon get rid of them and get something that yokes a bit better. So out Harry's 14 channels below you, and you can hear him. He's never on that channel, he's on here with me, and that's what I'm on about with filtering. It's got to have some good filter stuff, because there's that many people sending Moores in a very, very short part of the band. And you've got to have good filters to decipher and chop them off. You only want coming in what you are listening at. Instead of 14 stations, 1.5 kcs below you, or above you, in fact. So yeah, it's all down to the filtering. And of course, the filters tend to be very, very expensive. So anyway, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm not gonna knock you for it. But yeah, I did it a long, long time ago. But I don't think I'd bother again. It was tiring time, as I can remember. Yeah, well, you practice. I'd practice all the time. A car in front of you, you'd have a look, registration on it, and type it out in Morse. Don't stop. Put me neck now. I've got to go back to the brake lights. Hey, oh, we're on the go. So it's a time-consuming thing, Andy. Put it round to you. This is 20XCB.
Mike 7 Yankee Radio Alpha. Yeah, I might learn it to a degree, but I don't think I'll transmit with it. I'm just thinking, actually, I bet a lot of people have been put out because he's been took off all the exams, I think, so I believe. Because, you know, you've got people on here that have had to learn it. And I should imagine it's quite involved. But yeah, I probably won't bother. It's just that the transmitters were cheap. I'm going to have that put on my headstone. It was cheap. You know, I used to buy my motorbike helmets from the Aldi. A well-known German. Sorry, I've got to stop this. I keep forgetting you're not supposed to say anything like that on here. Anyway, from a well-known supermarket, as well as me push-bike helmets and things, I was thinking I was going to have that put on my headstone. It was cheap back to you.
Cheap. I mean, to be honest, you can drop on some stuff which is reasonably cheap. I never have. But I suppose luck of the draw, really. Anyway, let me put this back to that Sean, because a little bird tells me is that Sean is still in possession of an Amstrad 901. Or was it the Stalker 9, Sean? Go ahead.
No, I ain't got no radio stuff, mate. That's the first radio I had in the CB days, mate. Yeah, it was, yeah. Cracking. Yeah, brand new, yeah. Now forget it. No, 27 meg radio's here, mate. All gone now. Never look back. Yeah. Just looking at this thing on YouTube. I've got some pink sky over here, some pink clouds. So it looks like it's going to be a nice day tomorrow. Hey, let me know. Yeah, dark nights are here now, aren't they? It's all good fun. Had to walk around Les Oaksies again today, Des. Had to walk around there. Nobody about today. Everywhere's locked up inside, so, well, the auction like, you know. Yeah, you got rid of some stuff, I tell you. Yeah, I've got rid of some stuff. What was outside, you know. So, any more on your shed then, Dad?
Yeah, I chucked a side on yesterday. But again, I think I'm underestimated. I think what it was, it's not this guy I bought the shiplap off. I said to him, what's the width of it? And he come back and said to me, I remember it distinctly, he said it's 125 mil. Right, straight away 5 inch. Yeah, okay. So I worked out off what he told me, you see. But of course, when I actually got the stuff here, it isn't, it's in a 5.5 inch. It is. He's quite right what he said. It's 5.5 inch. But when you're losing some of it because where the tongue is, it's setting back 3/4 inch. And then where the groove is, the other one fits into it. So when it's assembled, it isn't 125 or 5 inch, 5.5 inch, whatever it was. It's only you're losing an inch on every one. So of course I worked out off his instructions. Hey up, bloody hell! You imagine you're losing an inch on every board, and you're going 6 foot high. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know how many. I haven't measured it yet. I don't know how many. I'm short. I don't know. Perhaps about 20 boards short. Sean, go ahead.
Yes, TJ, yeah. No, she said, didn't he? You haven't fingered for the groove, have you? So, yeah, by the time you get top, you're going to be short, aren't you? I think you're going to be short. Well, that place where I used to work at Pulgarners, they used to do ship off there. So, got it test off, isn't it? Got to be very careful with it. But once it's knitted together, it's quite alright. Treated and that, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cheap, I mean, that stuff. It isn't cheap. Yeah, we used to sell a lot of that, to be honest with you. Right, over to you, Dave. M3PWR, M3SDJ. Gonna be tea in about 10 minutes.
Mike 3 Papa Whiskey Romeo. Well, I'm not going to build a shed because I haven't got the space. And, yeah, I don't know what you're having for your tea. Probably have chicken. Who's always having chicken here, Des, I'll tell you. Right. Yeah, let's put the idea of Moss for you, Andy. That's, yeah, end of story on that one. It's up to you which way you want to go for getting HF, but there's plenty of time, chap. Plenty of time. No rush. I'm sure Des will confirm. You don't want to be jumping at HF gear all at once. Take your time. The radio's only as good as the aerial. Put it that right. Go ahead, Andy. Mike 3, Papa Whiskey Romeo in the group.
Mike 7, Yankee Radio Alpha. Well, actually, I mean, I can wait anyway. I mean, I do a load of listening more than I transmit. I bought an ATS 20 Plus earlier this year, only cheerful thing. Hang on, I've got a Matsui, an old Matsui. That pulls in quite well, but like you say, I was looking at cheap aerials, and I thought, what about making your own? So I looked at a YouTube thing, and although I hadn't got the coax to split it properly, I'd got coax, but not much. So what I did do, because it's only for listening, is just run the whole thing, parted some speaker wire, parted it, nailed it up in the loft, as you do. And it's about a 6 metre run altogether, 3 metres at the split both ways. And then I run the cable back down through the first time I made the hole in the ceiling. And then I connected it in. Well, I connected it to a piece of coax, and paired it all off right and everything, and it pulls in smashing. I wouldn't transmit. If I was ever to transmit on it, it'd have to be done. I'd have to run a coax up to the split and do it right, and get a matching unit for it. Probably do it then, but but there's a lot of how-tos on different aerials, which it's good. I think the main thing to make sure is you do use a matching unit. Although I noticed that some of these rigs have got their own antenna tuners built in that I've been looking at. Anyway, what are your thoughts on using your own antennas? Back to you, Dave.
Yeah, Mike 3, Papa Whiskey Romeo. I'll just make a quick statement. The idea of making your own antenna is you make an antenna resonant for the frequency that you want to work on. So you cut your own antenna for the frequency that you want to work on. Go ahead, Des, Mike 3, Papa Whiskey Romeo group.
Yeah, you're right there. I can't remember his name. When I used to use UpNet, there was a guy called in and building his own antennas. And as far as I can remember, he was over Maplethorpe's way, somewhere in that direction. Bet Sean's even spoken to him. But anyway, I've come in today, I'm on this, and never ever heard him sound good. Never, not once. White noise on him and back of the box, and turn your volume up, and race for turning down when somebody else came on. And I said to him, listen you, I said, whatever you're doing making these antennas, it's obviously ain't working. I said, and I've got my doubts whether you're doing anything, because you're the same every time you come on. Of course I'm making us, I don't believe you. You're no different. You're always in the mushy peas. Never, ever any different. And you've made another antenna. So something's not going your way. But anyway, something as I wouldn't bother with it. I probably did it one time, made something, I wasn't happy with it, bought something. But see, I haven't really got time for make tennis. I'm too busy talking. And I've had my tea, and it's time. I've got to go and do the washing up. It's my blooming turn. And then go around and draw the curtains everywhere. Draw the night out. So I'm going to make it a final anyway. Oh, as you mentioned, Sean. Yeah, some years since I've been up there. Anyway, listen, lads, I'll probably catch you all again. I'm going to hand it round to Sean. Unfortunately, time's run out for me. Got to go and get back into the gear. Taking Sean, this is 20 XCB.
20 XCB up 3STJ. Okay then, Des, yeah. Des, speak to you later, mate. I've seen your mate again, as usual, and I'll have a chat later or tomorrow. Look after yourself, mate. Yeah, it's Dave, yeah, I'm going to have my tea now. I've just been called. I did send David text, but obviously, handed it over to me just in time, so I'm going to go have my tea and I'll be back on as soon as I've had my tea. What time is it now? Yeah, I'll be back on about 5:45, something like that. Alright, lads. Andy, speak to you later. Over to you, Dave. See you, Des. Take care, mate. Over to you, Dave. M3PW, M3STJ. I'll catch you in a bit.
M3STJ, Mike 3 Papa Whiskey Romeo. Yeah, TT Des, if she's done about listening. Go on, get some work done. Yeah, okay, Sean. Catch you later. And, yeah, Andy, I'm backing out. I'm going to see if I can force myself to fit some coax plugs on some cable. I tried forcing myself to do it last night, and I did one, and the coax cable was too short. And now I've got the right length of coax cable, I might try and force myself to put some more on. No, I'm not a moron. All right, mate, I'll catch you again, Andy. I'm off in a minute. M3PWR, TT2.
Mike 7 Yankee Radio Alpha. Okay, Dave, take care. 73s. 73s, Des. 73s, Sean. Hang on, sorry. I'll say 73s to everybody again because I've just realised my thumb was over the little microphone. Right. Yeah, 73s, everybody. Take care. Catch you all later. Bye-bye.
you get your radio set up.
By the way, was better than the
stroke M1 ABY.
Thanks for that. Right, back to the grindstone. M7JIJ clearing